everybody, this is Miss K and welcome to Miss K on Postal. I hope you guys had a fantabulous day. I hope you didn't slap the shit out of nobody and nobody didn't get on your damn nerves. Anyway, so wanted to have a conversation with you guys, just a little refresher in regards to being a career employee versus non-career. A lot of people are still kind of not sure what one is versus the other, what's the difference versus the other. Honestly, baby, right now with all this contract fuckery going on, it really don't seem to make a difference anymore if you're a career employee or non-career employee because you're getting the same shit. But we're going to break it down, okay? So let's say that you're applying for a job or you just got hired and you're an MHA or you're a PSC and you're coming in and next to your paperwork or on your paperwork it may say non-career, right? And you might get frightened. What does non-career mean? That mean I don't have no job? Like, I don't have no career? Well, baby, you got a job. It just ain't a career. You get it? Okay, job, career. Job, career, whatever. So all it simply means is you're coming in as an entry level. If you're an MHA or if you're a PSC, you're considered an assistant. Hence the word MHA, meaning mail handler assistant, PSC, right? Okay. So you're coming in that craft and technically you're an assistant to the mail handlers or the clerks that are already there, but you're still doing the same job. You're just an assistant. You're like the junior. You're like the entry level to that particular position. Until you've worked, and then one day they come and boop, hit your side of the head and bless you and say you've been converted, and then you become what's called career employee. Get it? Non-career, career. It really doesn't matter. You're still in that particular craft. You're working in your craft and you're learning in your craft. The only difference is in regards to the benefits and the rights that you have as a career employee. Okay? So when you're non-career, now it's different. You have health insurance coverage, dental, got vision. Shit, now some of y'all getting annual and earning vacation and sick time. This shit is crazy, but that's a whole different game. Before, when you was non-career, you didn't get all that. You literally had to work. You just worked. You just got a job. You just came to work every day. You made some money and you went home. You didn't earn sick time. You barely earned vacation time. You just was a slave. Slowly, as the contracts have changed, you've earned, some sick. You get a base of time that you may earn. And that was mostly for you to have when you worked your whole total year and you went on your 5-day break so you can have time to get paid. Now, because of the way the contracts are changing, baby, that ain't even going down no more. They get vacation time and it's fucking crazy. So being a non-career employee was kind of like just a stepping stone for you to get into the facility, for you to get into the post office so that you can get a position somewhere. And then hopefully you will become a career or a regular employee. The only thing is that you're becoming a non-career employee being converted to a career. That's it. You're in the same craft that you're in unless you decide you want to switch crafts. Okay, and that's a whole different game. But if you're a mail handler, MHA, and you get converted, baby, you still at MHA the next day. Like there's no difference. Now with clerks it's different because they bring you in as a PSC, and then what happens is when you get converted, they actually just call you a clerk. Ain't that some shit? Clerk, PSC, clerk, whatever. You're still clerking, right? All right, you're still a clerk, whatever. But when you become a regular, then what happens is you get all these benefits of being a regular. You get your TSP. You get into your first saving account, so you can save money for when your ass get old. You get certain insurance benefits, dismemberment and workers' comp and all this other crap. But honestly, even as a non-career employee, you're still entitled to some of this. It's just the amount of what you're entitled to. As a regular, you have more access to a lot more things than you would have had as a non-career. Now, when you're a career employee, of course, you get your vacation, your annual, given to you the beginning of every year. As a non-career employee, before you had to earn it. But now with them in this contract crap, it's a whole different thing. And they just give it to you. They sprinkle it on top, whatever. But you would get your annual given to you every year. I just got mine, and I'm looking for a way to burn that bitch. And then, of course, you have your health, dental, and vision, which you would still get as a non-career. But there are other things offered to you that you don't get as a non-career. Mainly, one thing that you get that's slightly different is your representation from the union if something happens. right? So if you get into a little discipline, you get into a problem, the way you're represented as a career employee is slightly different from how you're represented as a non-career. Because remember, non-careers have that 90-day probationary period. And I tell a lot of people after they've crossed their 90 days, sweetie, you need to be here a whole year because technically you still can be let go or fired for whatever reason. It's a little bit harder, but it's not that hard. As a career employee, it's a lot harder. It's so hard to get rid of some of these little fuck ups. I swear to God, we can't get rid of them because there's steps that you have to go through for a career employee to be released, terminated, whatever. That's what happens when you're a career employee. When you're non-career, it's easier for them to find ways to try to get rid of you. But the way the wording and the verbiage has changed in a lot of contracts, a lot of you non-careers, y'all coming up. Because it was like when I first came in, there were not that many good rules for us. And the people before us, they were just getting dogged. They were slaving them out. They were just like, hey, you look ugly today, or you're fired. That's the type of shit that was going on. But not anymore. Now, remember too, as a non-career employee, you're not allowed to bid. You don't bid. And bidding happens once you get converted. So when you become a career employee, right, you become a regular, you have the option to bid from one particular job description to another. When you're non-career, you don't have that option, baby. It's like, take your ass over there and go work. See you later. You don't get to bid. There's no bidding. You work wherever they put you in that particular section. That is not your particular career per se. When you become a regular, a career, when you bid on a bid, that is technically your career. That's what you're doing until you decide that you want to bid again. Remember, as a career employee, you can bid on jobs. Whenever there's a bidding cycle open and you wish to bid, you can. When you're a non-career employee, you can't bid, baby. You just come to work. It is what it is. It's nothing. There's no two ways around it. It is what it is. And that is the difference between your job description as a non-career and a career employee. They put you where they want. You bid on what you want. Now, we all know in a lot of cases, being a career employee, and you have a bid, they still be trying your ass and put you wherever the hell they want. But we know what to do with that, right? File a grievance, get some money. Yep. Okay. So, in the other instance of being a non-career employee and a career employee, it also boils down to you being able to have your vacation that you can set. So if you wish to take 2 or 3 weeks off for the year or whatever, they have it where you do what's called prime time. When you're a non-career employee, you don't have prime time, baby. You have to go ask the supervisor, to ask the MDO if you can take some time off for whatever reason. And we all know, especially being non-career, they give you hell. Shit, being career, they give you hell. But being non-career, it's like, what you need time off for? Where you going? You supposed to be here at work. We didn't ask you all that. No. Mm-mm. But being a non-career employee, you still are entitled to do certain things that a career employee can do. So let's say you want to be a pit driver. If you've been there long enough, you can request to take the class and you can get your pit license. There's no difference. Now, if they allow you to drive, then they'll bump you up in pay so that you can make that pit driver level 5 money if you would like, if you're driving as a non-career employee. You are entitled to that. I did it when I was a non-career. I got my pit license. I was able to drive. And a pit license for some of you who are just starting out as a non-career mail handler and you're not sure what it is. A pit driver is someone who drives, sometimes they call them high-lows. We call them tow motors, forklifts, stand-on riders. Those require for you to have a license and those require for you to take a class. But you do not have to be a career employee to get your license. Now, I have to say this. Some locations, some plants, some stations, they don't like to sometimes give you permission to take the class to get your license if you are not non-career. But that does not mean, and don't let them deter you, that you cannot get your license, because you can. You are allowed as a non-career. If you passed your 90 days, if you've been there a year and you say, hey, I really would like to know how to drive a forklift, ask the supervisor, hey, I want to learn how to drive the forklift, and they'll sign you up for the class, and you'll go take the class, and then if you pass it, you get your license. Now, if you're a career employee, you can do the same thing if you haven't already done it. Most career employees, by the time they become career, whatever licenses that they wanted or needed to have, they've already gotten it, and they just need to renew it. Okay, so remember, when you are a career employee, you are entitled to your annual, which is your vacation, your sick time. You have your TSP, your FERS. There are a lot of programs as a regular that you can get into, and I've discussed that before. We'll touch base on them another time. If you're a non-career employee, you got a job. You got a job. But there are certain perks. And as the contract has been changing, especially for mail handlers, those perks are looking very, very nice. So don't be deterred when you apply for a position. Oh, it says non-career. A lot of people don't even really know what it means. Don't even really hear it until they've been there a while and go, what the hell is a non-career? What the hell is a career? Just means, career means you're a regular, which means you regularly supposed to bring your ass to work. And non-career just means that you technically ain't got no goddamn career, but you still got to bring your ass to work. Okay? So, just wanted to break it down for you guys. It's nothing biggie. Just something to go ahead and put in your head, your memory banks. For those of you who don't know or have heard the term and are not too concerned, don't really know what it means. Right? Right. All right. So, remember, my postal freaks, always, always, always love and light. Peace.